Land. Land is not seen in the form of stones, soil, big rocks. It is not flat everywhere. It is hilly in some places and flat in others. All the terrestrial animals, including man, live on the land. Some terrestrial dig burrows in the ground for their shelter. This means that they use land for the fulfilling their needs. We also use land for the farming and for building the houses and roads. We make a use of plants and animal in the forest that grow on the land. The minerals, crude oil, and natural gas obtained from the land, they are very important for us. It means that land is an important resource. Let us say exactly what land is made up of. We took a transparent plastic bottle and cut off its upper tapering part. We put a handful of soil, some stones, sand, dry leaves, and water. We stir that mixture thoroughly and put aside. On the next day, it is found that all the material which we put into the bottle with water settled according to their size from big to small. That is, big stone settled at the bottom, then small stone, sand, soil, and at the upper layer there was a dry leaves. This composition of land on the earth is look like this. If the land has mature soil, the topmost layer is formed by the decomposition of the remains of the plants and animals. This layer is called humus. It is usually found in the dense forest. The land below this is full of sand, soil, small stones, worms, and insects. Soil and pieces of bedrock are found below this layer of the land. This soil is immature. Further below this layer, the proportion of soil decreases and that of the rock increases. This is a layer of bedrock. The main minerals in the soil are derived from these rocks. That is why soil in the different region is different. The color and the texture of a soil are both determined by the bedrock. Soil formation process. The soil on the land is formed by a natural process. The abiotic components of the soils are supplied through the weathering of a bedrock. Due to the heat, cold, water, wind, and rain respectively, the bedrock breaks down into the pieces. Stones, sand, and soil are formed from these pieces. Microbes, worms, and insects are found among them. Rodents like mice and rats are also found here. The root of the trees growing on the land and also helps weathering of the rocks. The process of a soil formation is a slow and a continuous. It takes about 1,000 years for a 2.5 centimeter thick layer of a mature soil to form. Soil can get destroyed in a short period of time due to floods, storms, and human activities such as mining. That is why it is necessary to conserve soil and to prevent the erosion of the soil. The best remedy for this is to increase the green cover of the land. Erosion of the land is reduced if grasses, trees, and bushes are grown in it. Humus. Humus is the layer of formed on the soil due to the decomposition of dead plants and animals. by the microbes. Humus supplies a nutrient to the soil. Humus is also important for aerating the soil and for holding the water in the soil. The proportion of humus in the upper layer of a good fertile soil is about 33% to 50%. Forest on land got buried underground due to the great upheavals that took place on the earth many ages ago. After that, the process of formation of fossil fuels from the remains of the living things took place underground. We get fuels like petrol, diesel, kerosene, paraffin, and other useful materials like tar and wax from the fossil fuel called crude oil. Living things use land, water, and air which is available on the earth. However, the portion of these resources that are actually put to use are very small as compared to the whole earth. Land is 29%, potable water or fresh water 0.3%, and oxygen is 21%. Even in this small proportion, the resources are sufficient for all living things. Only it is a very necessary for man to control his greed. In other words, he must use resources judiciously with the awareness that they are meant for all other living things and not just for mankind. Institute at work. India Meteorological Department was established in 1875 for studying the weather in the Indian subcontinent. The main function of this institute is to observe the weather and to make a forecast of the weather. The institute also conducts research related to the changes in the weather, makes forecasts about rain, and studies the developments related to the global warming. Dear students, following questions you have to solve in the science homework book.